The best trading decision I ever made wasn't a trade, it was the decision to stop making decisions. Every time I really thought about an entry, I made it worse. I added doubt where there was a signal. I added hesitation where there was clarity. I added myself, and myself was the problem. Minimum deposit, bot open, head off. Today, I show you what happens when the only thing left in the equation is the system. No prep talk, no strategy, just watch. Bot is open, accuracy table first. The bot tracks its own signals in real time. Every pair, every result, every hour. I look at where accuracy is highest right now and I go there. Not where I feel like trading, where the data points. That's already one decision I didn't make. The pair chose itself. Here's what happens next. The bot is connected to PocketOption's data feed directly, before the platform renders it on your screen. There's a 3 to 5 seconds gap between what the bot sees and what you see. In that gap, it runs through trend direction, volatility, chart pattern, and how this pair has historically behaved in these exact conditions. All layers simultaneously. When everything aligns, the signal appears. Direction, method, expiration. 3 parameters. I look at them for about 5 seconds and I go in. No analysis on top. No, but the RSI says this. The system has already thought. I just execute. Switching the brain off doesn't mean trading blind. It means trusting something that sees more than you and processes it faster than you ever could. Link in description, admin contact, closed system, message him directly for access. New pair, accuracy table moved, different one is higher now. I follow it. Let me tell you the second thing the brain ruins when it's turned on, losses. When you think about a loss, really think, you spiral. You replay the trade, you question the signal, you question the bot, you question yourself, and then you open the next trade in that state, which is the worst possible state to open a trade in. With the head off, a loss is just information. I press the loss button in the bot's interface, the system takes that trade, looks at the conditions that existed when it fired, like trend, volatility, pattern, session time, and figures out what went wrong. It logs that case as a negative example, and the algorithm adjusts. Next time conditions like this appear, the bot performs better on them. It's self-corrected using my real trade data. I closed the tab on my brain. The bot opened one on that loss instead, and made something useful out of it. Minimum deposit makes it easy. The loss doesn't cost enough to spiral over. It costs enough to be real data. You get it? Admin link is in the description. Still going, move to another pair. Accuracy table, same process. Third thing the brain ruins, the end of a session. When trading is going well, the brain wakes up. Maybe one more. Conditions are great right now, I'm in the zone. That's not analysis, that's dopamine. And dopamine has destroyed more profitable sessions than any bad signal ever has. With the head off, when there is no signal, there is no trade. The bot doesn't feel the session going well, it doesn't feel momentum, it looks at the data and either has something to say or doesn't. If it doesn't, silence, well, that's it. And that silence is a feature, not a bug. Because overtrading, entering when conditions aren't right because you feel good, is how minimum deposits disappear. Not from one bad trade, from 5 mediocre ones taken on emotion. The bot also tells me the method behind every signal. I log it, and over time it shows my patterns in what works and when, without me having to theorize. The data does the thinking. My head stays off. Admin in description, closed system, free access through direct message. Session review, 10 minutes. I always do this, and today's version is interesting because I'm looking at a session where I deliberately contributed nothing except button presses. Methods logged, pairs covered, how the accuracy table shifted, what the loss feedback generated, and here's what I noticed. The session was cleaner than most. No trades where I second-guessed and went in anyway. No trades where I overrode a weak signal because I felt the move coming. Just signals executed or not executed. Nothing in between. The minimum deposit kept me honest. When stakes are low, there is no reason to force anything. And when there is no reason to force, well, you don't. The bot kept me systematic. Same process from the first trade to the last. Those two things together, the head stays off for the entire session. That's the combination that works. The deposit grew, and I want to be clear about why. Not because I made smart decisions, because I made almost no decisions. I decided which sessions to trade. I looked at the accuracy table and let it point me to the pair. I looked at the signal and pressed the button. I logged losses. I logged the session. That's it. That's the whole contribution. Everything else, the timing, the analysis, the pair behavior, the signal quality, that was the bot. Connected to data before your screen shows it. Running multi-layer analysis without emotional interference. Self-correcting through loss feedback. Staying quiet when conditions aren't right. I'm not saying you should trade this way forever. I'm saying try turning your brain off for one session. With minimum deposit, you just follow the bot, you log everything, see what deposit does with you in this manner. You might be surprised how much of the problem was you. PocketOption AI bot. Closed system, admin in description, free. Try it.